Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, Ken, and thank you for tuning in to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh. Give me a call tonight, 412-575-2600. Gene Collier will be joining me in just a matter of moments, and we're going to be talking about the Ballin Buccos, who tried hard tonight. 13-0 loss over at PNC Park. About a few thousand there, maybe 2,000. The game was over before the few limited fans even made it to their seats. 8 runs. Trevor Williams, this guy has been terrible since coming off the injured list. He's just been awful. Gave up 8 today. Lasted 2 innings. They used a bunch of relief pitchers. I don't know why. But I guess it really doesn't matter now because the Pirates are making a case for the top pick in Major League Baseball, and that's all that's really important right now. That's the only thing I'm rooting for. I hope they continue to lose every single game the rest of the way out. Right now they're 7-28 since the All-Star break, Gene, and I just can't get enough of it. It's so bad that it's comical.
Yeah. This was, I think, the 8th game in Pirates history where they were shut out by at least 13 runs at home. That's 132 years of baseball, Richie. This has only happened 8 times that they got beat like that at home. But, it doesn't matter really how much you get beat by. They got beat 7-1 last night, 2-0 the night before. So what does that make? Let's see, 22-1 in the last 3 games. Yeah,
but we can run a few more calculations and figure out, that maybe the Pirates would be close to 500 if they scored a run here or scored a run there, and even things out. Here's the thing. So Neil Huntington said yesterday that he feels like next year's team is close to being what 2013 is like. And it's funny, Gene, because he said the same exact thing to me in spring training this year, that he felt like this team was what the team felt like in 2013.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this, Richie, anymore. I mean, I think we've made pretty clear on this show that the root of all this is what the Pirates are spending on players. And I wrote a couple of weeks ago in the Post-Gazette now that, I like Neil Huntington. I like Clint Hurdle. I think by and large they've done a really good job given the constraints that Nutting puts on them. But, is this the big leagues or is it not the big leagues? When this happens in the big leagues, somebody goes. The general manager, the manager, even the president, one of those 3 people, all of those 3 people. Something needs to happen unless you just don't care at all. And it's up to Bob Nutting.
Yeah, and I guess we'll see this offseason what kind of stance that they'll take. I mean, I would imagine if you want to try to win the fans back or get some of the fans on your side, you definitely need to clean house to get someone in here to try to win some trust back.
Right, but I'm not talking about the offseason. This team's won, what did you just say?
7-28.
28 out of 35 games. What other manager or coach or general manager in this town, professional, would last that? Even at the college level, who would survive that?
I don't know, but it's the worst record by far in baseball since the All-Star game. Mm-hmm. They're only, 5 games out of last place in the National League. I think I saw like 10 or 11 or 12 from last place in the major leagues.
Sure.
I mean, they're trending definitely in that direction, and it makes me think it's just so bad, Gene, and I don't know if this is even possible, but it's so bad. It's like they were purposely throwing games to try to lose out. And if that's the case, I'm all in for it. Get the #1 overall pick.
No. The Pirates don't need to try to lose games. I mean, they lose on their own merits. They don't have to, put their foot. They don't have to put the gas on. I would not be for that. Losing on purpose to get the #1 pick. The #1 pick in baseball means nothing. It's no better than the number 10 pick or the number 20 pick.
So do you think this is an all-time low since you've been in Pittsburgh covering, baseball, any sport? Is this the all-time low of any franchise, professional franchise in Pittsburgh?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I wouldn't want to say so off the top of my head, but it certainly feels like it. It feels like as bad as the Pirates have ever been, that's for sure. I mean, I was here in '86. I lost 187 games. 107 games. And that year they also came out of the All-Star break 4-21. And that got Chuck Tanner fired. Chuck Tanner, by the way, had won a World Series only 6 years before. Clint Hurdle and Neil Huntington have not won anything.
I mean, this definitely feels worse than, I was around for the Rico Fata era. This feels worse than that for the Penguins. It feels definitely worse than the Walter Abercrombie years of the Steelers. I'm just trying to figure out what is even comparable. I mean, to anything. I mean, even when I look back to the teams in the late 90s, early 2000s, you got those Lloyd McClendon teams, I think, that lost 100 games, right? This team feels worse.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we got to take a break. We're going to be taking your phone calls and maybe some tweets coming up next, so stay right there on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still matter.